Trading is not easy. That much is for sure. And in order to do this right, you gotta stay extremely disciplined, and you just have to be patient. If you have a loss, which is going to happen, you have to make sure that you just react to it as you should, not as emotional response. And that's the biggest thing what I found what gets people is that if they'll either make minor mistakes because that they're tired or just woke up too early or just not paying attention, and I've been victim to that, and or you get the emotional response like, oh, there's a loss, so I gotta get it back into it. And there's a way to do that, and there's a way not to do it. So just realize that even though like I've been doing this for a while, a long time, a few years, and it's not easy, but it's definitely worth it. And I still make mistakes, which is unfortunate because that's just how it goes. And the way that I'm showing you now is probably the simplest way that you could follow the pluses and crosses and just make sure everything just works out great. But you got to be patient to build your account and to be successful at it. With that all being said, I'm going to go over Friday's trades. Friday's trades I'm going to go over, let's go over just 1 hour, maybe 2 hours between the 5 and 6 o'clock hour. I know we do have the opening bell in there, so I'll look, but there were 16 total trades. And there was one loss at the end of the day at 12:32 in the afternoon this time, which is pretty late for me to trade. Normally I'm done way before then. And then there was one trade, as I recall, at about 10:20. On the aggressive side, it was super choppy. It was ugly. It was on the very bottom of this support line and had a blue arrow. Then the next bar was a red arrow. Next bar was a blue arrow. Next bar was a red arrow. And when it gets choppy like that, just you gotta step back and look at the big picture and just not trade it. Just come back. It's okay. Just miss those. If you would have missed those, you recognize that because I would have been like, "Oh, this is ugly, guys. Let's not get in this chop because when the chop line is gonna break out, but you don't want to be in the middle of it when it's not going to. And sure enough, it would have lost in each way I looked. So let's just take a look at the screens. Very first trade of the day was at 5:12 in the morning. And as you can tell on the aggressive side, uh, you got the red arrow pop down, and then you had a sell order placed in there at 63.50. This price came down in the middle of the 5:13 hour. I think it was the second half of the, and then bounced back in. You made tons. You made your trade right there. First trade of the day. Next trade of the day was at 5:26, and here it is again. This one actually was a combo, so you had both the aggressive side and you had the original side at 5:26, and it's at 67.75, and then the price shot up way above them. But I would have my buy order placed right at this plus sign at 67.75, and I'm audibly calling it. And that's the thing of having an advantage with me is that I auto call. Like if I'm on at time, it makes it easier saying, hey, I'm placing my buy, I'm placing my sell right here. And it just helps out. So that we can see what I'm doing. And you can either like rejoice in me, clap, or go, oh, great. So those are the first two trades of the day. And if you trade, five contracts, you're roughly made 150, $300 between these two trades. You can be done for the day, all honestly. Now, if you keep on going, the next trade didn't happen until 6:11 in the day, which is this trade right here. And how this would have played out is that as this price is coming down here, I would have had a sell order placed in at 725, 775, and this did come through, and it would have got you out. As I recall, there's a little bit of green, but it did pop back down, so not too bad on this one. Um, let's go see one more. 618. I mean, these came in like jumps, kind of bundles right now. 618 was right there. Now, how this one played out, even though that the blue arrow's way over here, the price did actually shoot up to 83.75 and then some. And so you would have white knuckled it a little bit on this guy, totally honest. And that's the thing. Sometimes you just have to kind of just trust the the awesomeness. Uh, yeah, the fun book series I've used to read. Anyways, trust the awesomeness and hope it doesn't go down all the way and get you out. But that was a white knuckle one for sure on that trade. And if you wanted to bail out early, that's okay because it did come down. It came back up to about break even plus maybe one or two ticks, then came back down and then shot back up. It had this effect. And so it's okay if you're sweating it too long and then you just want to get out and call it good, pull down that get outside outline and then let it go out and be like, okay, I'm just done. I, broke even, gave up some fees or whatever, maybe made one tick, but sometimes that's okay. The next trade actually happened at 622, so 618, yep, that's it. We're looking right there. 631, I don't look at these because of the timing of the day, so kind of let those go by. But 646 was this guy right here. Let me make this a little bigger for us. And just so you can see, so 645, we got the early indicator. We're on the clock, and then when the price came shooting up here to about 170, it broke through. This is a beautiful trade. Um, just really easy to take. The next one actually happened on this red arrow. And this is not usually one spot I like to be at because I would have been right here at 60.50. And I may or may not have taken this trade, but it would have gotten you in about 46, a minute 46. This bar, there was a candle that came down here, and the candle would got you in, got you out, and you would have been done. And made actually, you would have made all your ticks, 8 to 10 ticks easy on this trade. But just know it was on the bottom of the support line, and I think it was on the bottom of the US session or close to it. And so, yeah, just if you walked, if you let this one go by, that would have been totally understandable. The 707 trade, again, this is another one you would have white knuckle this guy too, and because it got you in a little bit later, a little higher, but it did work out eventually. So you just had to sit there and wait for about 3 minutes, and then it worked out. Oh, and then the 7 o'clock hour is not actually that much going on, surprisingly, because just one big movement, and we need the market to roll. If the market rolls, that's how we make our money. So there we go. There goes. I went through 7 different trades with us, and if you hit one, two, three of those trades, you made $100 each. That would have been $700. If you would have just traded three of them, the first three, $300 to $500. That's all you got to do really to maintain your account and keep it growing every single day. Well, guys, that's all I got for you. I'll see you on Monday. Let's come trade with me early in the morning at c3algo.com. Say your prayers because we're always praying that this thing works. Send good vibes out to the universe. So that's all I got for you. All right, I'll see you next time.